So how are you today?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me today.
And what is your name?
My name is Marissa Mountford, and I am a resident here in Hubbards, but I'm also a local realtor.
Great, fabulous. And so how long have you lived here in the community?
So we moved here back at the very beginning of 2023, and we've been here ever since, and we plan to stay here forever.
Wow, that's amazing. And I heard that your family's here as well, right? Your family lives in the area?
So my parents live down towards Shelburne, and my husband and I are in Mill Cove at the moment. We currently are selling our house, but we are staying in the area. And we originally moved from Ontario, but because Nova Scotia is so wonderful, my family followed. We fell in love with Nova Scotia when we were at university. So we met at Acadia, and we knew we had to get back here as soon as we could.
Why Hubbards? So you guys met in Acadia and Wolfville. How did you venture into Hubbards?
So we knew that we needed more space than the house we were in. We did not know much about Hubbards, but there was a beautiful house that we fell in love with, and we came out. And if anybody knows who's been to Acadia, there's this feeling that you get coming down Highway 101 when you see the sign for Exit 10 that says "Welcome to Wolfville." And my husband and I, before even seeing the house, we're going around the corner at the 329 where you see it open up to Hubbards Cove and the sailing clubs there. And we looked at each other and we went, oh, I think we're buying this house today. Because there's a feeling of home that you get that felt so familiar to us, and we knew we had to set roots.
Wow, what a story. And then did you already have a family then?
Yeah, so my son was about to turn 1. We were busting at the seams of our little Harrietsfield house. We had a big Mastiff St. Bernard mix, so we needed space. And we knew that this was kind of our next step as a family. This was more than just a house. We were looking for a community that we wanted to be a part of.
And you did find a community.
We did, yeah. We found like the community, which we're so thankful for, because I saying to you earlier, there's something about Hubbards, and I'm relatively new as a realtor, but I know a lot about real estate, and that's kind of tough to convince somebody when you're new to the game that you do have experience regardless of how long you've held the license. But one thing that I know for sure and I'm absolutely confident in is how much I love this community. And that's one way that I figured, this is where I want to be. This is where I want to put down my roots. This is where I want my family to grow up. And this is where I want my son to go to school and make friends and come home to. And that's why I started happening in Hubbards, because I wanted to share all the wonderful things that I love about here. Because this is why I live here. The things that I love about Hubbards, and it's not something that you'll find somewhere like Halifax. And although it's still part of Nova Scotia, Halifax and different communities around, there's something so special in Hubbards that's so hard to convey until you're here. And I want people just to come and experience what Hubbards is.
Thank you. And I did notice that on Instagram, and I said, I have to meet this person. How can we go get her into our board?
Yeah, so I am not great at putting myself on camera. So I've hidden behind my Instagram facade. And now I guess here's my little intro. Hello, everybody. I am the face behind Happening in Hubbards. But yeah, I'm so glad that you invited me here today, because this is what I want to do. This is where I want to be, and I want to be a part of what's actually happening in Hubbards.
Yes, no, we welcome you, and I love that. And I do remember seeing you, and I said, this is amazing. This is, upping the game, Sure, I can post stories, and I can repost what's happening, but for you to actually detail like every week what's happening, I love it. I think it's amazing. I think it's great. And it's, your contribution to the community is a lot.
Well, thank you. Because that's what I want to do. Like, and eventually, obviously, like, I'm building a personal business as a realtor, but my main goal is I want to give back to the community. And as I build my own sort of thing going on, like, I'm constantly looking at how can I bring this back to Hubbards? What can I do in Hubbards? Because, and this isn't all altruistic. It's selfishly too. Like, this is my community, and I want it to be great. I love it here. I want to keep up what Hubbards has happening, and I want to help grow it and introduce it to others because it's so special. And I want others to understand, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's a feeling. Like I said, like, it's when you pull in, going down the 101 and you see Wolfville, exit 10, that was a similar feeling that it like tugs on your heartstrings. Like, it's a feeling of when you've been away on vacation for a long time, but you get off at exit 6 and you start going down the 329, and I'm like, oh, like, deep breath, I'm home.
Yeah, I'm glad you say that, because I feel that every single time, if I've been away for a while and, I come back 2 months later and our exit is 5A, and, you come down that ramp, and then you just, by the bridge, and you're at the roundabout. I live here. I am privileged,
That's the
I am
thing,
grateful.
right?
I'm proud. And when we have guests here, I tell them where to go, what places to go visit, because I'm so proud of the community. And just so proud to live here. And when you have pride about something, you want to show it off.
And that's the thing, honestly, I'm so proud to be here. I'm so proud that, people talk about how great the daycare is here, and I'm like, I know, because my kid goes there. I want to brag about everything that Hubbards has to offer and everything that it is, and that's really it. I'm proud to be a part of this community, and I just want to show it off. That's kind of where I'm at. Yeah.
So just going back to the realty thing, so why have you had experience with the realty world? Explain that to us a little.
Yeah, because that sounds a little funny, doesn't it? So I am the daughter of a realtor. I spent hours at septic inspections. I have done so many open houses and handed out so many pamphlets, and I have toured so many homes. The number of times that I can go down, and if we have a neighbor who has like a plumbing issue or something, I know those water systems like the back of my hand. I grew up with one. If there's like an issue downstairs and it has to do with the water system, my husband's like, Marissa, and down I go. So I'm really lucky in that regard. Now it was a bit of a different time, I was driving around with my dad at 8 p.m. driving from one Tim Hortons to another with the portable printer in the back of like the Pontiac, Montana, getting signatures and putting deals together. Now we're lucky we've got electronic signatures and we can do it. But the whole idea of finessing the deal and everything I learned from real estate, I got to learn from him and be a part of so much. I'm an only child. I'm also one of the biggest daddy's girls you'll ever meet. So I spent a lot of time with my dad. I looked up to him, and real estate was one of those things that I always dreamed I would then do. And although I originally am a teacher and I love teaching, real estate was always something that I knew I was going to do, and it was a matter of time of when I took the jump. And I had always thought that maybe this was something I would do as a side thing until I got into it and I went, this is what I want to do full time. this is where I need to be, this is what I want to be doing. And being a realtor allows me to also give back to the school community side of things. I still want to be there to support students and do what I can in that realm, but I love real estate. I did staging as a side gig while I was teaching. I do staging consult still. I still have my certification. So if anybody is looking for a staging consult, I still do that. But I just really love what real estate has to offer. And I had said to you earlier, the idea that it's such a win-win. Like in real estate, it doesn't have to be everyone for themselves. I love the idea that everybody can work together, and somebody wants to sell their home and they do, and that's a win because somebody else gets to buy that home and they have that vision for themselves. So it's something that's been so a part of my life forever, and now I'm just living the part where I'm doing it, and this is my job full time.
So how can we find you?
You can find me in lots of places, mainly at the market on Saturday mornings at the Sandbox. I'm usually there if you're looking to chat in person. I also rent the hut in front of Black Harbor Distillery, so if you ever see the sign that I'm there, you can pop in and say hello. And also, if you want to find me on Instagram, it's at Marissa Mountford Realtor. Same thing for Facebook, Marissa Mountford Realtor. You can email me, marissamountford@exitmetro.ca, and of course you can call me anytime, and I'm sure we'll have my number posted with this.
So is there anything else you want to add?
Honestly, I just want to say thanks to everybody. Obviously, my husband and I are still relatively new to the community, but this community has done so much for us, and it's brought us so much, and I want to say thank you for everyone for being so welcoming here and giving us such a place to call home. And I really hope that we're able to give back to you guys as much as you've given us so far. So thank you, Hubbards.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we're going to air this soon.
Okay. Well,
Once I edit it.
I so appreciate this. I really appreciate this. And my first on-camera thing. Hopefully it went okay.